the start of the second shop front, and as you can see by the mess of this bit of board, I already built one. I didn't like it and I took it out, and so this is take 2 on the shop front. I've left just the top timber in at the moment because I think that's about the only thing I can use. Right, I did build it with the door to one side and a small window, and it just didn't look right, it didn't feel right, so it came out. So plan B, I think I'm going to go with the door in the middle this time, with timbers either side, a very small bottom bit, and just 2 big panes of glass, I think, with a little bit of fancy trim around the outside. So that's my plan. So I already got the top timber in. I'll cut 2 timbers to go either side, which are going to be the 3 points, I think they're 3.2s. Yeah, 3.2s. So I should cut 1 for this side, 1 for this side, and 2 for the middle, and I'll get them fixed in place, and we'll have another look. Okay, a small change in plan. What I've done, I've cut this brickwork off at the bottom, and I've inserted a new little bit of brickwork, and the same this side. I think it's more within keeping, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to glue this brickwork in. We're going to have the door in the middle, and then we're going to have 2 panes of glass. Yeah, I think just 2 straight panes. What would it look like with a... No, I think 2 straight panes of glass, and then our signboard on the top, which I did make one for the other one, so I don't know if I can use that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So, plan now, I shall still put that timber in, these 2 timbers here, and also I shall cut 1 to fit this side and 1 that side. I think that's the 3-2. So I shall cut a piece there, a piece there. Then we'll make a sill on either side, frame it up, and the job's a good one. We will be making a new door. I won't be using that one. Put a light across the top of the door and a new door. Right, I'm going to get on with that. Right, I've glued these in. Glued the 2 uprights in for the door, and at the bottom here I'll put one of my curb edgings so the door actually sits level with the footpath, which will be roughly about there somewhere. Right, next bit to do is I've got to create 2 sills using I can never remember the bleeding size of this stuff. It's 4.7 by 1.6. So I'm going to cut 2 sills to go in either side, and also 2 posts, 1 there and 1 there, to actually make up the framework for the 2 windows. So I'm going to crack on with that. I'll get them done. Right, I've installed the 2 sills, 1 this side, 1 that side, and the 2 outer posts. They're all fixed now. I've also cut the plastic to fit the windows and the door. Now my next little job is trimming around the windows with glazing bar. So I'm going to trim all the way around that now, and then move on to the next bit. Okay, I've trimmed up the inside of the windows, got them all finished using the little I think it's 1.3 yeah, the little stuff. Anyway, you have seen that before. A lot of this stuff you're gonna have to, you know, if you want to do it, you're gonna have to play it by ear. Just offer stuff up that, you know, looks right. If it looks right, it is right. That's my motto. If it looks right, it is right. Now, what I'm going to move on to is I made this signboard for the last one. Now, looking at it now, I don't think there's any problem with that. I think I'm going to keep that. I'm going to go with that. I'm not going to stick it down because I'm going to paint it first and sign it up to make it look right. And I'm still thinking about making this a newsagent's, because I've now got this little wall at the bottom. I can probably still put my little billboard standing out the front here, and maybe even make a little rack to put some newspapers in, which would be pretty cool. But that'll be on detailing. That will be on a totally different thing. I'm just thinking ahead. Right, I'm trying out a little experiment. The glass is this Perspexy stuff, which I got from my local hobby shop, very flexible, and there's two coatings on it. You've got a opaque one, one side, and on the other side, when it comes off, isn't it? There we go. You've got a clear, so you've got a clear and an opaque one. So what I've done, because I was on the other one, I've built the frame separately. This time I've taken the opaque one off, which is, you know, and put the clear side down, and now I've glued all my bits on top of the clear one. Idea being that I can paint this, yeah, I don't have to worry about cutting in nice and fine. I can do my weathering, and then I can get myself a very sharp scalpel and run round the inside, cutting that plastic, peeling it off, and I should have a nice clean edge all the way around the windows, which is going to save a lot of time and a lot of aggravation. And I'm a builder, so things that save time and make things look good, I'm all for. So that's what I've done there. That's the reason why the plastic's in. Now I'm going to move on now to building the door, which is going to be, I shall cut all my bits that I need, and then I'll come back to you, and then I'll just show you roughly how I'm going about doing that. But the bottom of the door, it's going to be quite a tall piece of glass at the top, with probably a panel here at the bottom. Normally just a little bit, probably a bit largish than normal. And we might even illustrate a letterbox in there or something. Mind you, that's all going to be down to detailing, and I'll do a separate video on that. We'll do a little bit of a video on doing all the detailing. So I'm going to get on and cut the stuff for the door, and we'll have a look at that. Alright, the door. Nothing too spectacular, nothing too difficult. Nice, straightforward. This is how I like it. Right, I've got my little gauge here because I can never remember the sizes. Now, I've used 4.8. Can we see that? 4.8 by, it should be about 1.7. Oh, I'll squeeze that a little bit tight. It's about 1.7. And to be actually honest with you, this is joist size in 1/35 scale, but it makes up a great frame for a door. So I've used that, and all I've done is I've cut me 2 uprights to the size of the door opening. I've cut 1 for the top, and then I've cut 3 for the bottom, because I want this panel to be not as large as a standard panel, just sort of a little bit further down, just to come in line with the glass. And that is it. Now I'm going to glue that down to the plastic which is behind. I'll glue that all in place, and that will make a perfect door, because once it's painted you're never going to know. We're just illustrating the door. We don't need it to open, we don't need it to close. Hey ho, so what's the point of going to too much? But what we will do is, like I said, when I start detailing, we will put I'll get some brass wire or something to make a handle, and a letterbox, other little bits and pieces like that, just to finish it off. They're the sort of, they always say the devil's in the detail, and it is true. So I'm going to stick that down, and then once I've done that, this is, to me, is finished. With that piece on the top there, that is done. What it needs now is paint and cleaning up and tidying up. I shall get this bottom bit grouted in as well while I'm here, but I'll get the door glued in and that will be finished. And then we're going to move across to the roof, because I had some issues with the roof, and this is a very short video on this door front, so I should do a little bit on the roof with you. Right, that is the little shop complete. The sideboard's only been stuck on with a bit of blue tack just so you can see what it looks like. The door has all been finished, well, not finished off, it needs to be rubbed down and painted and weathered to make it look a bit older. So all in all, I'm quite happy the way it turned out. As you can see, it don't look too bad with that other shop, and we've got the nice line coming through here with the old and newish brickwork. So all in all, I'm quite happy with that. So thank you very much for joining me, and the next update that will be following this will be doing the roof. So I shall see you on that one. Thank you very much.